Basu from Canada, and he gave a beautiful lecture on the river systems, why Tibet is the most important place, which is considered to be a buffer state. But as he said, Canada owns most of the waters, the Arctic region, and Tibet here in India and the Southeast Asia, the entire going to the Mekong. So, sir, as you pointed out, economy is already associated with the river systems and the flow of it, and who controls Tibet controls the world. And this is exactly what is going on and what China is trying to do. Move other nations with their finances and then the interest rates. We have seen what happened to Pakistan and Sri Lanka recently. So what is the central, because as you said that, I mean, the future has to be a sustainable future, right? And how we look at how we, through dialogue and through the process of Buddhism, process of peace and negotiation and dialogues, we can create a sustainable, at the same point of time, have a pressure on China as well.
Well, the first thing that I would just like to say that I always believe that ecology and economy works together.
Yes.
You cannot separate ecology from economy because then you are moving towards a recipe of disaster.
Yes.
Having said that, playing with nature is a disastrous impact not only for this particular region but for the entire globe. But you know, there are belligerent countries that do not want to come to the discussion table. I never suggest war to be a viable option or any violent method to be a civilized option to resolve any problem. This could only be resolved on a discussion table. But to make someone come to the discussion table, you have to make him or her create a situation that they are ready to come to the negotiation table. Right now, China once in a while is talking about negotiation is because their economy is not doing good. And there has been an anti-China feeling around the world.
Post-pandemic.
Right? Post-pandemic, there has been an extreme anti-China feelings around the world. Sometimes this has been directed towards Asian people in various Western countries, which is not appreciable because they are not responsible, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it is attacking people who looks of Chinese origin or ethnicity is not a solution to the problem or the direction to the anger.
Right.
The solution is to force China to come to a discussion table, and how this is to be made possible is the whole world has to work together. Now, one of the reasons India is a very intelligent country, powerful country. I am also proud of India. Yeah. But India has one strong weakness from the British colonial period is we speak in different words, we speak in different languages. China speaks only one language. Whether it is through fear, whether it is gun held at your head, but there is only one voice. In India, there are multiple voices. While the country is saying something, a leader going to the Western country is saying something very strange, which is detriment to the national interest of India. So this is the time when there should be no difference between BJP, CPIM, Congress, TMC, MLA, or the southern parties and stuff. If there is no Tibet today, there is no India tomorrow. So all the parties need to come together, develop a consensus and create pressure. China takes advantage of this unique difference that India has based on religion, caste, creed, culture.
Divide and rule policy.
Same as the British colonial period has done. We need to overcome this. Unless India speaks in one voice, if all Indians start speaking in one voice, there is no country in the world that can threaten India. Yeah. If India takes any initiative, how much resistance do you see from other countries? There are voices within India which creates more voices than outside world, right? So these may be for various reasons. This may be it's a free speech country. We are proud of that everyone in a democracy should have the ability to speak. But at the same time, you also need to understand where your broader interests are. If you do not share your broader interest, and by this, we are not looking for animosity with China. Like this is a process of a dialogue where we need communication between the two governments so that we can have faith on each other and how much China and India could benefit if these two countries come close, if these two economies are integrated. Yeah. It's a win-win situation for both countries
and for the
having
world as well.
A whole world. It will be peaceful, it will be resourceful, and we share the largest population of the entire world. So 1/5 of the population of the entire world lies in China, and there is no intention of any other government to topple the communist government. So you have to throw away that lens of animosity. Looking everyone through that prism of color, saying he is my enemy, is a wrong of foreign policy that you preserve. Developing an animosity with every single neighbor around your edge An individual cannot survive in a locality. If you are fighting with all your neighbors, today or tomorrow, today you have money, you have power, but that money and the power, as has been rightly pointed out by the individual from the World Bank, saying that this cannot continue, and economic growth cannot continue indefinitely. Today USA is under economic pressure. Today Canada is under economic pressure, but they were rich. So all the, like today, see the situation of United Kingdom. There was a time when British used to say that the Sun River sets in the British Empire.
Yeah.
Today Britain hardly says anything to any country,
Yeah.
because they have completely lost. They may be a member of the G7, they may be a member of a veto power, but India has way more value or weightage on international politics compared to what Britain has.
Correct.
France has. They have no standing on international politics anymore. Why has this happened? This world is changing, right? There is economic change, there is change of global order, a very important point that he has mentioned. So unless there needs to be cooperation, I say 4 C's: cooperation, communication, coordination, and collaboration. All these 4 C's can change the future of the region. If India and China throw away the animosity, particularly on the side of China, throw away these border issues and come together as a business hub, it would mean a global change for the entire world. Both countries can supply cheaper products to the entire world, the economy will sustain, and the whole world will be beneficial. So every other country needs to come together, make them sit together and make a solid discussion on wasting time on useless border issues that cannot be resolved, and look towards the sustainable future where both countries can reside side by side and make prosperity. This is what I want to say.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.